so that you can support yourself, write anything you can. And with musicians, it's the same way. A musician has to be more like able to conduct, able to teach, able to function in the community, be an activist. You have to have an array of skills to work and still be in music. Can you say you're going to be like the one person who can go with a band, or you can be the person who gets a job trumpet in a symphonic orchestra? One job opens up so 80 people come for it. Maybe you'll be that one. But you know what I mean? You can't tell a kid. Like I remember I had one student. He's the principal trumpet player in the Metropolitan Opera Orchestra in New York. And his mother used to bring him to take lessons with him. He was 13, 14, 15. Now he has kids that don't use that age. But he would always, she would ask me, is he going to make it on the trumpet? I'd be like, yeah, how can I say he's going to make it? So he went to the Israel Philharmonic and he played. And I still didn't know. Then he came back. Man, he was like, and he won this job. When they had the job for that orchestra, maybe I knew 20 of the 80 trumpet players to try it out. And I didn't know he won. So every trumpet player that came to my house said, man, they cheated me out the job. I shouldn't. But he won. And he really could play. So I think you just have to really practice a lot. And if you really want to be a musician or you really want to pursue music, you can't have like an alternate plan outside of music. But there are many ways to work inside of music. From copying music to working in a publishing house to teaching a band to playing the circus so look at every job available. Don't just imagine yourself in like on the stage or with the greatest. Does that make sense? Sure. Yeah. Because music is a great profession. It's not the most paying profession. Right? My dad is a musician, so I saw somebody start playing music, and he struggled. I would say all the years I saw him play, if I added up every audience I saw from the time I was 2 to 17, it would be like 17 people. It's an average house with 17. So I learned from watching him that if you're going to play, you just have to play. Does that make sense? Another important for all of y'all is you have to develop your mind too. I noticed when I started to meet the jazz musicians how smart all of them were. They weren't dumb, man. Clark Terry, Dizzy Gillespie, Art Blake, all very intelligent. Now y'all are in a world that's very different, right? The world requires you to have command of a lot of material and also to know how to work with people who are different from you. It requires that. And now, in 15 years or 20 years from now, where y'all are, man, the world's going to be different from you. So you got to start planning right now to be flexible. And with your education, you need to be well-rounded. No more than go to a conservatory and just play trump scale. No, that's ill-advised. The one thing I always say is learn how to write. A friend of mine always said, well, it's math or writing. One thing he says math, but I always say learn how to write. Because it's a communication era now. You can write.
Not just write music.
No, write words. I'm not talking about music. I'm talking about writing. Writing skills. Sometimes my students write papers and I read the papers, I'll be like, damn. What grade are you in? So you got to, not look at education as a chore. Education is a tool. If I give you a tool, you're not going to use it. Oh, here's a tool. I want to eat the grass off the ground. I don't want to cut it. I don't want a machine. I want a hand mower. If you ever cut along with a hand mower, you take that one that you can sit on.
Anything else, Donald?
Where do you find the balance between your jazz side and your classical side?
I don't play classical music anymore. I haven't played in 20 years, really seriously. I stopped playing in 1988 or 89. I recorded a couple of records after that, but it took me too much time to be really serious about both. So my dad is a jazz musician, so I never was going to be. I like classical music. I love playing it. It's a great tradition, but I was always, I grew up with jazz, and I'm from New Orleans. But I still love the tradition. I still go hear the music, and I like the fact that I know what the orchestra players, and I had that experience. It's great music.
But what do you think it is about jazz that makes it so expressive?
Democracy. Everybody has a voice. Play a Beethoven symphony is great. You have to play your part. You play some of Duke Ellington's music, it's your part. You personalize it. And it's like America. It's like the proposition of our country. Right? You see we're struggling with it right now. We're struggling with it. So this music is like, it's easy to struggle with jazz too. People want to play loud, they don't want to play with other people, they want to solo all night. I've been in jam sessions, this one tune is 50 minutes. You'd be like, You know, so the same problems you see, the great things about our country is in jazz, and the same problems are in jazz, because the music comes out of our way of life and our consciousness. So that's what it is about it. There's a lot of freedom in it. But with that freedom comes a lot of responsibility. So we like to talk about the freedom part, but never about the responsibility part. You know, the freedom means if it's three of us playing, I got to leave room for you to play. Freedom means the drummer can't play louder than the bass player. Freedom means, you know, on and on and on. So freedom is not just I can solo all night.
When you take your breath, your biggest breath, you take them out of the corner, or you pretty much.
I don't even know. I try to just sometimes.